Welcome back to another weekly analysis video. This analysis is for the week of August 17th, 2025. As always, we're going to start our analysis with a review of last week's price action. And I'm smirking right now because it did exactly as I said it would. The initial open in here and the rally up until 24,057. It's nice to see when it pans out, just like it did here. And going forward, it's going to be interesting to see how price behaves now, if we want to climb up a little higher or if we want to stay inside this range in here. Overall, for last week's price action, it met our objective, 24,057. And it just goes to show that you're in the right place and that I'm able to forecast these things in advance and tell you where the market is going to go. Moving into our hourly chart now, we can see the open in here. If you recall, in the analysis for last week, I had mentioned that I wanted to see price stay in here and traverse immediately early in the week up into here. I had said that this level should be seen pretty soon, and it did just that. This is Monday's price action in here, going into Tuesday and into Wednesday, where the high of the week formed at 24,057. It's a beautiful thing to see. Did not go below this area in here, which is exactly set up what I wanted to see. High of the week again was formed at 24,057, and we came off of that. It'll be interesting to see what we do going forward, and we will discuss that after the review. Moving over into our 15-minute chart, we see a more detailed view of price. I want to draw your attention into this area in here. This is where the CPI news event occurred, and we had a nice move up. I would have liked to have seen this move continue for Tuesday's price action into this level here. It didn't do that. It came back into a discount here and then rallied accordingly. This is quite a deep retracement compared to what I wanted to see, but nonetheless, it still did what I needed it to do, which is reach for 24,057. So this is what I like to see. Objectives being hit, and once an objective is hit, we simply just take a step back and say, okay, where can it reach for next? And we're going to discuss that now going forward into the analysis for next week. Alright, back into our daily chart here for our weekly analysis for the week of August 17th, 2025. Again, we hit our objective for last week, 24,057. So now what? What am I expecting this week going forward? I'm not calling a top. I'm going to continue to err on the side of being bullish and reaching for my next objective, which would be 24,300. Now, what I want to see price do to reach 24,300 right here is I want to see it go no lower than this price range here, where this rectangular box is. Okay? If we start going below here and really start expanding out of it, we're going to target 23,328. I am residing on the bullish stance, so I don't expect that. I want to see 24,300. And then once we get up into this area in here, if we get to that area, I will then gauge the reaction of how we react if we're going to create potentially the high of the year if we get to that point. However, again, if we're to remain bullish, It needs to stay within this area in here. We start trading out of that area, it's going to come back into here, and then we need to see how it gauges that level. So that's what I'm watching for. That's what I'm looking for. I am not calling a top. I am still bullish. And now we're going to move into the hourly chart, a more detailed view compared to that of the daily chart. Again, this is the area that I want to see price stay within to have another move higher into 24,300. Now, if we traverse and go to 24,300, there are going to be roadblocks getting to that area. So the halfway point, which would be equilibrium of 24,057 and 24,300, that area would be a roadblock and provide a retracement of some sort before getting to 24,300, unless it just blows through it, and it can do that. But I would expect a roadblock or a retracement to occur in there, and then the move higher to 24,300. But the important thing is that it sticks in between this price range in here, where this red rectangular box is. That's the important thing that I want you as the viewer to take away. If it starts getting below here, again, it's going to target 23,328. Now, if it does that, it does not mean that this is a top and that it's not going to go higher and make new all-time highs. It's just that it's going to be delayed in getting there. So I want to clarify that. Again, I'm looking for price to stay in this area and start going towards 24,300. And lastly, our 15-minute chart. I want to draw your attention over to these lows in here. Admittedly, I don't like how they left that. The CPI movement in here, while the retracement was a little deep for my liking, I would have preferred it to see these equal lows taken out here into this level and then the rally higher, or not have any sort of retracement at all and then rally. But we got what we got, which was this swing from here to there. We could see these lows taken out. You know, I'd really rather it just stay from here where it's currently at and really go no lower than the middle, but this looks a little clean, and anytime you see equal or clean lows like this, the market is likely to target them, and that was taught to me many years ago by my mentor, the Inner Circle Trader. So anytime I see stuff like this, some alerts go up. Anyhow, nonetheless, the narrative to me is bullish still, and that's what we're going to be looking for going into this week. We do have some news events for this week. We have FOMC on Wednesday, and we have the Jackson Hole Symposium meetings. I believe those start Thursday. So it'll be interesting to see how price behaves this week, and if we get what I'm looking for, which is continued bullishness on the Nasdaq. So with that being said, that is going to conclude the weekly analysis for the week of August 17th, 2025. Take care, and God bless.